It's true. Those of you who have given, you won't die of hunger. You don't worry. Now you do this dana. Every time you have opportunity to give food, give, drink, give. No? Sometimes, yes, if you can, you can skip supper and take that money and give one night's kway one tanmin. You can, give in the piggy bank and you can give others like that. And next time, you don't worry. Don't have to think of your food and listen. Anywhere you travel, you have food. Truly. Sometimes when we travel, we do not know when we are going to get our food. But I think have enough confidence that the food will come. Yes, truly. Yeah. Enough confidence. And because when I was young, my grandmother looked up in the Tung Su, the book, and then say, I come with a lot of rice, so he won't die of hunger. So I have to, and that's why when I become monk, and then, my grandmother also not so happy, and he said that, when sometimes when people don't look after you, you will have no food. But I say, remember when I was young, you saw that on already, you say, I won't die of hunger. I say, okay. So, this is actually karma. Your karma that you take along with you. And depend, if you want good food, you must give people the good food too. Otherwise, you get lousy food. So be hospitable. If you want a place to stay sometime, be hospitable. Whenever you have opportunity, it's not always that you have opportunity, understand? Not always that you have opportunity. Sometimes you want to do also, isn't it? Like now, sometimes you want to give something to others, but I have eaten already, no opportunity to give. So whenever opportunity comes, if you can give, if you can share, do it. Chaga. If you want to enjoy next life. Next one. Fourth one is wisdom. And we talked about wisdom already. Wisdom is the understanding of nature of life, understanding the law of cause and effect, and also understand the Four Noble Truths, that there is unsatisfactoriness as long as there is existence in one form or another. There is also the cause of it, there is an end to it, and there is the path that leads to the end of it. That's wisdom. So the four conditions for spiritual progress, what are they? First one, faith, means moral and spiritual values. Two, morality, good conduct. Third, what? You don't want to remember, is it? Because if you remember, you have to dig your pocket and purse, you see? Generosity. And fourth, wisdom. These conditions will lead you to better life hereafter. So, this is how we can balance material and spiritual. So don't forget, although you are all going for a very, good status, good money, but don't forget that there are some spiritual. Learn how to share. Have faith in the Dharma. Give and develop your wisdom. So that in case you cannot finish your work in this lifetime, and in case you still have to continue, you can continue in a better plane, with greater facilities like that. But also think a little bit also that if you come back again, still you have to study. This time do not know, you have to study a lot on computer, technology, and have to sit for how many examinations? Imagine now the children go for tutorials, After the school, they have to go for tuition. Come back. And you have to go through all over again. So, depend. If you want to go through it, never mind. You follow this kind of balance. And if you want to get out quickly, then you must learn to give up more. Not more, everything. Eventually. Give up what? Learn how to give up. We have to detach from this body too. Learn the nature of this body and then give up the body. Learn the nature of our mind, our thoughts, our concepts and views. We learn to give up view. We don't cling to our thoughts. We don't cling to our body. That's how we can be free, totally free. That is the real spiritual goal. You see? But there are some religion that teaches us. In fact, I was, first I thought it's very cool because something teach me I can have 100% material progress and 100% spiritual progress. They say you can enjoy 200%. Why not? And so I was attracted to this philosophy. At first I was attracted very much to this philosophy. I paid $15 at that time, $15 to be initiated into this philosophy. $15 New Zealand dollars. At that time it was $3 to one. That means $45 here. And then after that I practiced for some time. Then after I begin to see that, not so easy to have the cake and eat it. Can you have that? Do you know this saying? You want the cake and you want to eat it at the same time. If you want to eat it, then the cake goes into the stomach and, it becomes another kind of cake. But you don't have the same cake. You cannot. It's impossible to have the cake and eat it. Yes. This is exactly what many people try to do. We must learn to give up, give up, give up, give up. Let go, like that. So, the real spiritual path, the ultimate path, is one. Purely material path is another. That's what the Buddha says. You can refer this thing to the Dhammapada, verse number 75. Anyahi labo panisa, anyahi nibbana gamini. The path to worldly gain is one. The path to spiritual goal, spiritual, is another. We must know how to. Just now what we say, you can balance it, but not directly to that goal. First balance first, you know how to balance, and then after that you can transcend. If you want to transcend it, you must learn how to give up more. Right? So, you can have 100%, 50%, okay, but not 100%. Now I'm quite content that 50%, okay. And if I want more of the spiritual, then I should have less of the material, like that, If I want to develop myself more spiritually, I must reduce on my food, reduce on my clothing, reduce on my world shelter, And then start reducing those things so that you can have more time, more opportunity for the spiritual. So far, there has been no master, no teacher who gained enlightenment under the luxuries of their apartment or, Do you know any religious teacher who gained enlightenment in the mansion, under air-conditioned facilities? No. Jesus gained this thing outside. Muhammad gained some insight in the cave. The Buddha gained his enlightenment under the tree. So, if you really want to gain enlightenment, come and, learn how to live with the nature also. Sometime learn how to live with nature. And nature will teach you many things. Many things. Many things that you cannot learn from school, from the books. The books say something, but nature can teach you better. Okay, I think so much we talk about balance. There's more things to talk about balance, but so far, little bit for you. And if you have some questions, since you're going to stay here, it's okay for you to stay another 10, 15 minutes. Is that all right? Do you have another program tonight? You may have some reading. Do you have some questions if you like to ask? If you don't have, don't trouble yourself. But if you do have something that you wish to clarify, or you wish to, it's okay, you can ask. And because Buddhism actually we encourage investigation. We don't say that you have to accept everything and swallow everything what we have to say. Investigate it, think. There may be something that you maybe not clear, maybe you cannot accept those things. You can clarify. Yes. Those 5 mental faculties like the 5 gear in the motor car, no? And if your 5 gears are working well, your motor car can go very far, no? And reach the destination. If your 5 faculties are not working, still if one gear not working properly, you can still go in second gear, you can still travel, but a little bit jerky, Well, and different religions, mind you, different religions have different goals. Do you know that? And some religions are contented with heaven. Just go to heaven, you see. And other religions says, they go beyond the Deva Loka. They just want to go to the Brahma Loka. Right? That's to be one with Brahma. I see. And but Buddhism says we go even beyond further than. The goal is even further than that. That's why you need more energy, to travel further than that. Not only to the Deva Loka. We acknowledge the existence of celestial realms. We acknowledge the existence of, all the angels and all the deities enjoying their life and, white horses and cemented diamond roads and whatever you wish, you talk, you just wish and the food come to you. How nice. Do you like that kind of paradise? It's also a bit boring too. If the road is studded with diamonds and rubies, then I think tar will be very precious over there. You see. And, you can bring our tar and where you can sell more expensive there. Anyway, that is the Buddhists also have this concept of heavenly paradise, and But the Buddha taught and said that those paradise, those beings, although they can live for very long periods of time, but it is not permanent. Right? Then the Brahma Loka. The Brahma Loka is the transcendence of sensual realms. It's beyond the sensual realm. And beings there can live for long, very long periods of time, eons. We don't measure it in years, or maybe can measure in light years, more than that. How from the integration and disintegration of the world cycles we talk. Many world cycles they live, and so much so that those beings can have the delusion that they are everlasting, they are permanent there. This is the delusion. There are certain discourses that says how the Buddha even preached to them. The Buddha had to convince them that they are not permanent beings. And so the Buddhist goal is beyond. In fact, all these realms of existence, these heavenly realms, and the Devaloka and the Brahma Loka, they all fall within the cycle of birth and death in samsara. Nibbana or nirvana is going beyond, transcending this cycle of birth and death. Right? So your 5 years must be in good order. Yes, that's right. White lie and black lie. It's still a lie, isn't it? Well, first avoid the black one, and then after that, try to avoid the white one too. And there are ways of speaking. When you want to avoid lies, then you have to start to think how you should speak. See? And I learned one way. Some teachers who are very well developed, they don't want to commit themselves over something. That if they say yes, then later on they cannot commit themselves. Then it will amount to lying. So when we ask them, I ask some teachers some question. Can you please come over? We would like to invite you. Say, you invite the teacher, you can invite. Please visit our temple. And then he says, yes, all right, I can visit. When can you visit the temple? He cannot give a time. If I give you a time, and then, and sometimes some people insist and say, "Oh, can you tell us when you can come?" All right, I will come. When do you like me to come? Yes, can you come next month? I try to come next month. If not next month, maybe later then. So, and then sometimes they keep on pestering. When? Next month? If not next month, then after that. And if I'm not able to come next month, I'll come after that. And I'm very funny, when he keep on asking, he keep on saying the same thing. So he don't commit himself. But he's not angry, he doesn't get upset. So, sometimes I think that he has not heard me, so I keep on asking again. And he says, I told you next month. If not next month, maybe after that. Then I learned And then after asking him a few times, and he gave me the same answer. So I keep quiet. Okay, anytime you can come. You come when you're ready. Come when you're ready. Okay, yes. We are happy. Yes. So there are sometimes we can, some people, when we talk, we don't have, if we cannot commit ourselves, we just sit. Yes. But if people, sometimes they pester us, we keep on telling them the same thing. There's one way, that is one way, but there are other ways how, we can go about without lying. But we have to think, and that's how, when you think, you use your mind, that's how wisdom arises. That's how, when you want to practice the precepts, makes you think, and that's how you, condition the wisdom to arise, and you will know how to speak, how to, yes. Yes. The concept of God. Different people have different concepts of God. Interesting. Recently, before coming back here, I had the opportunity to be in the midst of a number of forums was organized by some Jewish groups, and they invited me to go and speak to different schools, high schools and university, and together with a Jewish rabbi, a Christian pastor or father, and then they asked me to represent the Buddhist one. And so I talked about it, And then I observed what we had to talk about. And those forums were mainly on the meaning of life. So I talked from the Buddhist point of view, the meaning of life, explained to them the 5 aggregates and so on. And after that, somebody asked me, what about God? I said, well, you asked me the meaning of life. He says, but don't you think that we must have a God to get the meaning of life? Yeah, meaning of life. Well, different people have different, but from what I learned from them, and not only from them, from other mystic teachers. When I say mystic, in the West, when you say mystic is somebody who is more spiritual, gone beyond that, sectarian. They have gone beyond, they've gone deeper teachings. They are called the mystics in the West. So, among the Jewish mystics, they tell me this, the concept of God. Why is it that they say God, they define God as Almighty? And all the superlative degrees they give to the name of God. He is all-knowing, all-great, everything. Why? This is to teach us a lesson. Because when we see somebody as so great, almighty, all-knowing, what are we compared to them? We are nothing, right? We are nothing. And when we begin to think we are nothing compared to them, then we will start living a life of humility. And that is what, with humility, then you will start to learn and grow. The aim of religion is to teach man to reduce that ego, the self. Even there is an interpretation of the cross There's one self, the idea of the I there. And you take another, you cut that I. You cut the ego, cut the self. Until there is no self. And when you arrive at the no-self idea, the non-self, then you arrive at the truth. Understand? Mm-hmm. So we don't come. It depends on how people take them. Because religion, there are different levels to that. But unfortunately, what has happened is, in the evolution of human thought, religious thought, some people cling to some teachings literally, too literally, and then they get caught. I was surprised amongst the Jewish. They say, they don't believe in a personal God. No? And when they say no personal God, and this is what is happening now in the West. The God idea is slowly being transformed from the personal God. I remember when I was in school, when I was studying the Bible, I was given the holy picture, and God was there. And I saw him in the picture with long hair, very stern looking, with beard, and sitting on a throne. The concept of a personal God with form. Now, we are beginning to, the God concept is now slowly being transformed into an impersonal force, impersonal God, without form, not a personal God, but impersonal God. In fact, this idea already was there during the time of the Buddha and before the time of the Buddha. During the Buddha's time, there was the teaching of what you call Saguna Brahma, a Brahma created with form. And then the Indian thinkers, they were not satisfied with this, and they evolved another Brahma. They call it Nirguna Brahma, God without form. And before I became a monk, I was following, and I have learned, I have listened to many yogis, Indian yogis. And then, and I pestered them, I asked them, when you talk about God, tell me, what is this? He says, it's the impersonal force. It's everywhere. And then I said, it's everywhere. Then later on, after asking them, it's just energy. I said, energy? Oh yeah, energy is everywhere. Energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, but can be transformed. God can also transform to one another. You see? And fair enough. But why don't you call energy energy? No, because people are used to this term. So maybe redefine them, that's all. So this is what is happening now. And when I was traveling, and once I was in a state, and then somebody said, you are a Buddhist. I said, yes, I'm a Buddhist. He says, and then he says, but have you seen God? I says, no. I said, have you sinned? He says, yes, I have. Where? I saw. And came to me. Light. I saw. Light. That's it. It's called. I said, what did you see? It's light. It's light. And I says, well, that is light. That's brightness. Yes, that's God. I told him that's light. Then he says, no, it's God. Get angry. He says, after you get angry, then I keep quiet. Light. If it's light, it's light. If it's brightness, it's brightness. You see? But this is what has happened in the history of religious thought. People meditate. And when they meditate, their mind becomes clearer. And they get on to the truth. The stream, the mental stream. It is papassaram chittang vikkoye. The Buddha said, the mind is luminous, is bright. But because of the defiling tendency, greed, hatred, delusion, clouded this mind, so it becomes dark. No more light. Yes. But when you start meditating and start to, begin to note and keep off all the defiling tendencies, then the brightness comes up. But just beware, this brightness, this light is not the end of it. All religions speak about the light within us. Now, some religion come to that conclusion, that is the self, that is the soul, and that is it. You see? But we must use the light. When the mind becomes bright, don't cling to it. Just use the light, just like torchlight. You use that torchlight and beam it on different parts of your body and see it clearly. First beam your light, and see your body. And then see the true nature of your body, because if you have good light, you can see clearer. And then you can see its true nature. And when you see true nature, then it will just explode. Then this is how see true nature. Use the light within to look inside. And that's what, you find in the teaching. The kingdom lies within. In the teaching, the kingdom lies within. Yes, the kingdom lies within. But today people think the kingdom is outside. No, the kingdom is within. Look inside, and thou seek, and thou shalt find. So there are different meanings. The other word, God and soul, these two words today, you can ask different people. Put them at different places. Don't put them at the same place, because they will, repeat what same people, what others have said. But put them at different places, ask them at different time, and they will give you different answers to that. Even during the time of the Buddha, the sole idea, why actually? You don't ask this question, but this question will come up. The soul idea, why Buddhists reject the idea of the soul? We must understand that the classical theory of the soul, Atman in Sanskrit or Atta in Pali, it is first recorded, this idea first recorded in the Rig Veda, Atman. And it is said that the soul is the size of the tongue, embedded somewhere in the heart. And from this heart there are different channels for the soul to move out. If it moves out to your hand, then you are reborn in, one plane of existence, one kind of human being. Have to use a lot of hand, manual work. If you are, if it comes up through this path here, you are free. So it depends where it moves. So you move that energy. Now, after the same book later on in the Upanishads, right? Religious thinker, this is not so big. It is now the size of a millet grain, just like millet, like sesame seed, like that. That's that size, but still in the heart. And so people now, for some time people subscribe to that idea, until later on some philosopher says, no, the size of the soul is like as small as the millet grain, but as large as the universe. Now, when you read those books, sometimes blur. What is this? Small as millet grain, large as universe. This is how philosophers during that time try, in order to get rid of that idea. They cannot get rid of the idea at once, understand? So they use certain paradox. They use this idea until he says, and this paved the way for other thinkers. Cannot be. That's how they transcend slowly. But you find that this is where in the Vedas and in the Upanishads, one thing about them is that they accommodate all the different ideas there. So we have to be very careful when we learn, when we study them. So the Buddha rejected this idea of a permanent entity. But during the time of the Buddha, all kinds of views there are about the soul. Even you ask today, people are not sure. You ask them, this is inside the body. Sometimes they say, no, outside. Sometimes inside, sometimes outside. Not sure. But now they tend to be a trend to use the word soul but with the meaning of the mind, the mental process. That's what they, Okay, I think it is getting late, and so if you have any other question, well, you can ask me within the next, few minutes. I'll be around, and if not, tomorrow morning I have very little time, but I may feel like. I know you have your own program, but tomorrow after lunch I shall leave for Ipoh. I have another session there in Ipoh, and so I wish that you have a very successful camp or training program here, and whatever that you have heard, you can make good use and can grow in wisdom and compassion. And with wisdom and compassion helps you that you can develop various skills, various methods to help other people, and wisdom to help you to purify your own mind. That's what the Buddha did. The Buddha was an embodiment of wisdom and compassion. Through wisdom, he developed his skills to teach others, and with wisdom, he developed a purification, how he purified his own mind. So with wisdom and compassion, when these grow, so that you can make good use of your life, not only for your own happiness, but also for the happiness, for the welfare of the many. And may Dhamma grow in you, may you be successful in all your studies, and that can pave the way for you to progress in your life and be able to help more people, and eventually may all the goodness pave the way for you to be free from all sufferings. Good health and peace to all of you. Do you want to make meditate for a little while? It is now. Is it time? If you want to meditate, do you want to meditate? How many of you want to meditate? Those who have to go back, have to go back. Others who want to meditate, you will sit for only a few minutes, okay? And it's good to round up with a little bit of sitting. And yes. After a little while, when people move, and those who have to go, they can take a leave. Those who are staying back can stay back for a little while. Never mind. What we do is, those of you who have learned any method, you can keep to your method. But those of you who have not learned, I will tell you just to watch your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Just to focus your attention on the breath. You either focus your attention around your abdomen and watch the rising and falling, or you watch your breath around the tip of the nostrils and just feel the touch of the breath as it enters and leaves the nostrils and keep your attention there. So now you can keep your body upright. Keep your body upright and relax your body. Take a few deep breaths. Take a few deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in and breathe out, you can choose to close your eyes or half close your eyes. Anytime you feel drowsy, then you can open your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out. And free your mind, whatever thoughts, whatever things have happened during the day or in the past, or whatever plans you have for tomorrow and the future, just free your mind for a little while and bring your mind to the present, to the here and now. Just live in the present moment. You can do this by bringing your attention to your breath as you breathe in and breathe out normally. Breathe in and breathe out normally. As you breathe in and breathe out, keep your attention on the breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, just observe the calm, the quietness within you. Just as you wish to be calm and peaceful, to be well and happy, you will spend a few moments to radiate your thought of loving kindness to your parents. Think of your parents, mother and father, wherever they are now. Just have a good wish in your mind. May they too be well and happy, free from anger, free from enmity. May all our parents be well and happy. In a similar manner, extend your thoughts of loving kindness to all your teachers, all your religious teachers, and all other teachers who have paved the way for you to acquire the knowledge and understanding and appreciation for Dhamma, wherever they are now. May they too be well, be happy, free from anger and enmity. That may all our religious teachers, all our other teachers, wherever they are now, may they all be well and happy. And extend your thoughts of loving kindness to your brothers and sisters, other members of your family, relatives, friends, whoever that comes in your mind. Even those who are not so friendly to you, wherever they are now, Just have the good wish. May they all be well, be happy, free from anger, free from enmity, free from harm and dangers. Breathing in, breathing out. Just return your attention to your body. Observe the calmness within. You can feel the calm, the peace within you. Spread out this calmness and feel your whole body. Feel a sense of well-being and happiness within you. And extend out this aura of love and peace all around you, above, below, and all around you. Feel this energy, calm, peaceful, harmonious energy vibrating from within, from your heart, suffusing through the whole body and all around you. And fill this whole room, this whole hall with your thoughts of loving kindness. That all who are here, known or unknown to us, seen or unseen, may all be well and happy. May all experience calm and peace, free from anger and enmity. All be well and happy. Going beyond the confines of this hall to the whole temple premises, and to as far as your mental vibrations can reach, to your own homes and residences, and to as far as your mental vibrations can reach, that may all beings, known or unknown to us, seen or unseen, may all be well and happy. Breathing in, breathing out normally, just have one thought in your mind, that all beings be well and happy, well and happy. Now in your wholesome state of mind, you can spare a few moments to share all the goodness that you have done. Share this merit with all the devas or celestial beings, wherever they may be. May they share these merits, may they be well and happy. And also dedicate all the goodness that you have done for the well-being and happiness of all your departed relatives and friends, wherever they may be. Just have the good wish. May they have the opportunity to grow in the Dhamma and pave the way for them to be free from all suffering. Through all the meritorious actions, all the wholesomeness that you have done, you can now make your aspiration and determine in your mind that all the goodness can pave the way for you to further develop, strengthen and purify your minds, so that you can confront and overcome whatever difficulties, whatever illness and obstacle that arise in your life. And may all the goodness pave the way for wisdom and compassion to grow in us, so that we can make good use of our life, not only for our own happiness, but also for the welfare, for the happiness of the many. And may all goodness pave the way for us to be free from all sufferings. In the calmness of your mind, just radiate once again your thoughts of loving kindness to all. Just spread out that wholesome, the good energy, harmony, and peace within you to all around you. Let all be well and happy. And then make your aspiration again, whatever difficulties, whatever problems, whatever obstacle or illness that you are confronted with, may all the goodness pave the way for you to confront and overcome them, so that you can succeed in whatever you do in your studies and progress in your life, achieve your goal, and be free from all suffering. Bhavatu sattva mangalam rakkantu sattva devata sattva bhuttanupavena sada sukhti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sattva mangalam rakkantu sattva devata sattva dhammanubhavena sada sukhti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sattva mangalam rakkantu sattva devata sattva sanghanubhavena sada sukhti bhavantu te. By the power of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and all your wholesomeness, may you be able to fulfill your wish and your aspiration come true. May you all progress in your life, and may you have long and healthy life. Good health and peace to all. When you wide awake, even with your eyes open, try to maintain your calmness, your peace within you, and try to maintain it for longer time, and see that even when you go to sleep, sometimes not so comfortable, no soft sofa, no mattress to sleep, and just watch your mind, just watch the feeling and see how it's calm and cool. Watch the feeling and calm, and just tell yourself now, breathe in, breathe out calmly, and then go to sleep peacefully. If you cannot go to sleep peacefully, just tell yourself now, dead, dead, dead. Very effective, Lie down there. Just sit back before you lie down. Have metta to all and smile. Smile. Keep the smile in your heart and sit and there. And you can sleep. You can rest fully peacefully in peace. If you happen to get up tomorrow morning, you'll be happy, more happy. If you don't get up, never mind. But I think you all will wake up. Make your mind, get up tomorrow, what time? Put the clock in your eyes and you wake up at that time, peacefully. And never mind, try. You come and have Dhamma, practice the Dhamma. The real practice of Dhamma is when you try and make an effort to confront anger, aversion, and whatever bad habits that come to you, confront them, maintain your calmness. Some people you don't like, purposely you go to them and have metta for them. And just observe, some people like to talk when they sleep. Never mind. You don't want to talk, you keep quiet. No need to tell them to keep quiet. They want to talk, they talk. And you can turn their voice like music like that. Oh, lullaby, go to sleep. You can try. And and then you can sleep well. Okay, good health and peace.